So I'm well aware that this video is probably going to come across as me just whining and complaining for the sake of whining and complaining. However, I have always been one to advocate the idea of not just accepting anything you're given, and if something deserves to be criticized, even if it's something that you received for free, even if it's something that technically has no real downside to it, don't just accept it because it's free. Criticize what deserves to be criticized, regardless of what the circumstance is. And that is why today we are going to be talking about the new update to the serial code shop, and i.e. the flashback crystal shop. So here in the serial code bazaar, they have removed the equipment and items associated with the Scarlet Bond movie and have now added things that are for the Visions of Coleus OVA. This includes a free choice battle character ticket, great, and then gear for Jean and Blanc. All great, perfectly fine. No issues there. How much does it cost? 1.25 million for the part that actually allows you to purchase all five. That is obnoxiously high. And keep in mind, the previous highest one was 750,000. This one right here. You have just over a year to complete this, or to obtain this, by the way. 365 days in a year, you got basically 400 days to do this. So you have a little bit, you have about 14 months. If you dedicate all of your resources and pull all the new units, mind you, pull all the new units and then dedicate all of your resources to grinding each event that you can get these flashback crystals from, it will, on average, the average should be roughly between 13 and 15,000 stamina. If you only purchase flashback crystals from not just this Overlord event bazaar, but all the coming event bazaars as well, if you only grab flashback crystals from these bazaars, nothing else, it should take you roughly 13 to 15,000 stamina, depending on how many you're obtaining. Basically, how many of the new characters do you have? And again, that's if you don't purchase anything else. You only stick to these, and you are using as much stamina as you possibly can every single day. You're not only doing your 20 dailies, but you're also then doing basically you're spending all of your available stamina every single day. If you're doing that, it should take you roughly 7 months to obtain these items. Again, this not including the people who can just buy 10,000 crystals and use those to just refill their stamina infinitely. If you can just buy crystals and refill your stamina that way, it'll take you about an hour. It'll take you a few days, realistically. It'll take you maybe a week of parallel processing to obtain these items here. But if you don't have that luxury, it will, at the bare minimum, again, whilst dedicating all of your resources to just flashback crystals and obtaining most, if not every single new character that comes out, it'll take you a minimum of 7 entire months to obtain this. I know that because I did the math. There was a lot of math I had to do to come up with that number. If you play the game like a normal fucking person, it'll take you even longer, and God forbid you want to purchase anything else from those event bazaars, you just straight up won't have enough time to obtain these items. If you play the game like a normal fucking person, this is coming from someone who spends hours upon hours every single day in the game. I'm talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours a day, 7 days a week in this game, and even I'm not confident that I have enough time to obtain the flashback crystals necessary to get these items unless I dedicate all of my resources and all of my stamina to only grinding flashback crystals and nothing else. And what's even more insulting about it is that it's gear for characters you have not allowed me to use in 4 entire months. You have now doubled down on telling me it was a waste of my fucking time and resources to give these characters gear, because not only have I been unable to use them for months, but now they just have their own gear. So thanks for wasting my fucking resources for all this time. Resources that could have gone into making gear for characters that are still sitting in my box without any gear, because I spent all my resources trying to give gear to the Visions of Coleus units that now just have their own fucking gear. And again, having their own gear is great if I could ever fucking use them. It's frankly insulting how you would put such a borderline useless item behind such a massive paywall. And obviously I say paywall, I don't mean literal money, although technically, yeah, I do, because for the vast majority of people, they're not going to get these items without spending a bit of money on crystals. You're not. Like, realistically, you are not getting these items for free. You have to use crystals to get these items. There's just no possible way. There's no possible way that you ever have enough stamina to do what you need to do here. Unless you want to wait the entire, and I mean the entire 400 days. On average, you can probably access roughly 1,000 stamina per month out of this game through just healing potions and missions. You probably can average around 1,000 stamina a month. So, if you wanted to wait the entire 400 days, you could feasibly get these items within the last 2 weeks of them being available off of just the available stamina to you. That is outrageous. Why even put these items in the game if it's going to take us over a year to obtain them? It's the same fucking problem I have with, I made a whole video about this like 2 or 3 months ago at this point. It's the whole problem I have with Chamber of Memories. A 120,000 or more citizen limit is far too high. By the time I get to that point, these stages will not be difficult anymore. Any challenge that this stage might have had you let me access it earlier, will be completely gone by the time it's actually available to me. It's just a matter of, have I pulled this one 4-star enough times? That's literally what it's going to come down to. When I'm finally able to access this event in like 2 years, because that's how long it's going to take, it will be the 3, if not 4 year, it'll be the 3.5, if not 4 year anniversary by the time I'm actually able to access this event. So by that point, it really will just come down to, do I have enough dupes in this one 4-star? Did I pull this one 5-star from 2022? Like, that's literally what it's going to come down to at the end of the day. Just, it baffles me how these types of things, but at the very least, right? At the very least, if you've been playing the game since day one, you can access this. Right? Even if you've been playing the game since day one, there's no guarantee you have enough flashback crystals to buy this. Especially since this isn't the first time they've tried to drain you of flashback crystals. Again, I can totally understand how I may be coming off as just a whiny little bitch right now. I should just accept the free shit no matter how long it takes me to grind. But I genuinely would have rather them just not give me the option to obtain these items, rather than make me stare at them for months on end before I'm ever able to actually obtain them. And again, the fastest you could possibly gain these items from 0 is 7 months. I have 142,000 flashback crystals. I've got maybe a month on that. Maybe. Not even. I've got maybe 2.5 weeks on that. So realistically, it should still probably take me roughly, 7 months, 6.5, 7 more months before I can obtain those items. And again, that's if I do not purchase anything else from any event bazaar that comes out between now and when I get these items. How many times do I have to repeat myself before you understand? That's fucking bullshit. That is fucking stupid. I get it. It's free shit. And all I really have to do is just play the game and I'll eventually get it. But eventually is not fucking good enough. You could have very easily just put these items... Where the fuck are they? You could have very easily just put these items in a raid. Hell, Jean had a raid during the 2nd anniversary. Why couldn't you have just given us her equipment then? Why did it have to be locked behind this? Why didn't I bitch about the Scarlet Bond one, by the way? I did. I just deleted that video because it was garbage. And I never re-recorded it. I did actually complain about the Scarlet Bond one. But this one's even worse than that. This one is actually even worse than the Scarlet Bond one. It's so stupid. It's so actually dumb. And then you want to know what's even crazier? Now, speak of the Scarlet Bond ones. Yeah, there they are. You know what's even crazier? They had the audacity to also just not even update the shop. Is it the exact same shop? Is it actually the exact same shop? Actually, no. This is the same lineup for the choice ticket. We just don't have the fucking choice ticket for the Scarlet Bond thing anymore. Yeah, no, never mind. It's the same fucking shop. I'm stupid. No, I don't take that back. Go fuck yourself. I'm right, damn it. I'm right, damn it. It's the same lineup. I don't know. You guys can tell me if you think I'm just complaining for the sake of complaining. That's perfectly fine. It's a perfectly valid opinion to have here. I just personally am not a fan of this. Why couldn't this have been content? I think that's what irritates me the most. I think that's what irritates me the most. The fact that this could have been content. Something that this game very sorely lacks. This game does not have a lot of playable content. This could have been playable content. And they made the choice not to make it playable content. And I think even more so than the obnoxiously high price tag, that's even more insulting. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, like, share all that nonsense. I'll see you later. Peace.